Hello folks, the Celtic Nerd here bringing you another nerdy video. Alright, we are going to level up Hunter one time, I believe. Because we have finished all the treasures of the Pharaohs, which I actually messed up, so that will be uploaded as an, actually, you know what, I'll check. Is the file, does the MK5 file still there? Oh no, I am not seeing it. I'm not seeing a thumbnail. I am seeing an icon which normally I associate with the file being lost. Yep, the file is now. Oh wait, no, that's the current. That's what I'm currently. Let me open this one. So it's the next JSON. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, so I have the MK5 file. So I can still upload the locations of all the treasures. What I cannot upload is I can upload the MP4 version, which again would be typically higher quality. Shards anymore. And the legendary weapons and equipment that we've been getting have just been repeats of weapons that we've already
collected. Best not to draw attention here.
Okay, so we're actually on. I did not realize we're actually on a proper assassinate mission. And she called forth in Chris's body. I don't know what I would call. But yeah, she called for it. Some back. Okay. She is in a location that seems to have a doesn't matter, there are windows that I can sneak through. And again, I do like how they
the relic corrupts absolutely. Isidora cannot believe this is the will of the gods.
I do want to point out that Assassin's Syndicate and Unity attempted to give us some freedom of how we approach certain contracts. I would argue this game does much
Priestess has summoned the army of Anubis to protect her. The relic. It is twisting what I see. I must find her.
Yep. Again, like, who's not to say that all these Anubai or Anubises that we're seeing are not simply the soldiers this whole time? Possible that all the afterworlds, afterlives that we're seeing are simply our imagination.
Locked. Whatever her reasons for doing this, they must be behind this door.
Oh, conveniently fallen.
As the wife of the Hidden One, she would keep her secrets close. She is trying to finish what her mother started. There is a note. As he restored the god, so can he. After Akhenaten's reign, his son Tutankhamun restored the temples of Amun. He gave the orb to the priests. She always had the relic. Text on the Ma'at ritual by Nitocris. God's wife of Amun. Could this be Isidora's mother? A hidden tomb in the Valley of the Kings. The thieves never found it.
That's it. I have this one left.
She could kill countless in her misguided quest for balance and truth. Her mother would not want this. She means to finish what her mother started. A ritual to restore Ma'at in the hidden tomb of the long-forgotten Pharaoh.
World map. Oh, I love how I think I'm near the end, folks. Like, Assassin's Creed does that very well. There's always little twists that they do very well. Is this the world map? Yes, I can. Okay, we're gonna travel to Camus. We're not, yeah.
I know what it is like to lose someone you love. But this orb corrupts everything it touches.
I hope this doesn't simply bring us to the tomb.
Nifty in. Nifty in. You stalk me like common prey now. Bayek.
Give me the orb. I do not want to kill you.
My mother told me this is our role. To restore Ma'at and put Amun back on his throne. This is why I was born. This is why to hide and watch as they slit her throat. So I would have the strength to do Amun's will.
This is not strength. This is savagery!
Ir nif di in.
It's gonna be the person she was just interacting with.
This must end, Isidora. You betrayed Amun, our people, your duty. I will not betray mine.
You're telling me that's supposed to be Tutankhamun? The child, Pharaoh. Yeah, okay. I don't want to hear people complain about the whole loss. Did I need to look up what age the Tutankhamun, like, do we know what age he would have been when he died? Because to my knowledge, he is the boy Pharaoh, as in he was still young. How do you spell him? All right, there we go. Tutankhamun. Okay. Did he actually die of old age? Let's see. He ruled. Look, we have his rule. He ruled for... Oh yeah, I forgot to count backwards. Okay, so he ruled for about 11 years. 10 years, actually. Sorry. No, I know. 11. 1332. 2 years. 7. 9. Okay, so 9 years. He ruled for 9 years. He was born 1341. Okay, so he was 19. Okay, sorry, my bad. He was 19. Can you believe that this is the body of a 19-year-old? Like...
Pass down the orb. Tutankhamun wanted to restore balance. He entrusted it to the priests of Amun.
He's like, what the fuck?
But Isidora distorted the ritual in the name of vengeance. She betrayed her own gods.
Okay, so this is supposed to be our first time entering this particular dunes. We were not meant to come here when I brought us here. taking us on a very roundabout which I'm not entirely appreciative of. Yeah, this is all played out as if it's supposed to be large. There's the exit point. I knew it took us
Are you an instrument of neither? Cause others pain, inflicted pain.
Pain, pain, suffering, pain. We hear their cry.
Amun chose you. I do not understand. This was my birthright. My revenge. Why did he hear my cry? Why did he give me the power to finish what she started? Only for me to fail.
Amun never gave you power. He gave you a choice.
The feather of my heart. No! My heart is too heavy. Do you believe Amun will protect me?
As easy as it is to do wrong, it is easy for Amun to be merciful.
His wrath passes any moment. His breath comes back in mercy.
May the Hidden One walk with you. The Lord of the Duat awaits.
okay. I sort of see why we like the assassin tradition of the feather for their contracts is coming into play. And why they tend to be a bit more merciful to their victims.
Put me down.
Well,
Put me down.
so that's- yes.
I think I could manage on my own.
Can you?
I once thought I had no one left in the world. Now I am a descendant of Ramesses the Great. And I have a family bigger than I could have imagined. Small price to pay. Thank you, Neb. What will you do now with that horror? By Ra's light, I do not want it.
All the more reason you should take it. You, better than anyone, knows what it can do. Bury it, and all memory of it.
All right. But not here. There are no secrets left in this valley.
There must be one more, Sen.
You restore Ma'at, then leave? If that is what you want, then no one will hear of you from me. Hey, Bayek. We will meet again in the Field of Reeds. I will see to it. That is all right. We do not need any help. We will close all of this up in a moment.
I like how he basically is dedicating himself and possibly his family to hiding them and, you know, burying them. Now, unfortunately, I don't know where Sinai is in relation to what's it called? Oh God, no. No. There are other side quests. Unfortunately, it is 3 o'clock, and I don't want to take the risk of running late. So it is time for me to start packing up, folks. But you know, apparently we have one more quest to do. I love how, again, like this game, like every time I think, oh yeah, this is the final mission. No, there is like one more left, and it does my head in. In our case, yeah, I'll have to just end this video here. I'll be back with more Assassin's Creed videos later down the line. It might be time for me to start pre-installing Assassin's Creed Odyssey in preparation. Oh my god. But yeah, I have some thoughts on this game. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna just dive in, because it might be a simple kill or fetch quest. So just jump in. This will be the finale. Because again, I don't want my final video to be simply, oh, you do this, and you know, or you talk to this person, and then that's it. I don't want my final video to be one of those super troll ones. But again, handy enough though, since we now dealt with all the Pharaohs, they will not be appearing. So
Bayek, I saw you in my slumbers. You alone have returned from the Duat.
You saw this? Het and his wife, Ramesses' son, Kui's gods, Septimius. I was there, but I did not truly understand.
Then perhaps with the blessing of Thoth, I can guide you through the chaos. A warrior, answering Anubis' call, sacrificing love for duty. But you and your beloved will not be parted in the eternal fields. A son, defiant, refusing to walk the path gouged in the sand by his father's feet. A leader is not a tyrant, Bayek. Caesar, Ptolemy, Flavius, oppression, fear. You may work in the dark, but you serve the light. An old man forsaken and fearful, but every day you honor the gods in your words, your deeds. Their lessons cannot slip through your fingers like 1,000 grains of sand. The foul heart, corrupt, fetid. This is not your fate. You will enter the Duat without your enemy, Bayek, and you will find serenity.
Thank you, Bessa. This is a comfort.
Okay, see, this is what I meant. Okay, so he was just put into context because we did all the extra side quests in the Duat. Sorry, like, well, he refers to the Duat as a collective. So we done all the side quests in the Duat. So he is put into context everything, and again, it's where we get the whole, you know, you work in the we work in the dark to serve the light. So that's the origin of that part of the creed. And that is it, folks. We are done. We are absolutely fucking done. So okay, I'm now just gonna play this credits as I talk about the game, and I'm gonna also lower down my game's audio, which I some reason this is not letting me. I have an alternative. So if I do this. Nope, okay, that doesn't work. Alright, so what can I say about Assassin's Creed Origins? And its DLC. Ugh. I love them. I absolutely love it. Now, don't get me wrong, there's going to be aspects of Odyssey that I will prefer a lot more than Origins. I do like the fact that with Odyssey, we get to make a bit more impactful decisions. You know what? No, I'm not going to talk about that. Just compared to the previous ones. I absolutely love Origins. Bayek is a compelling character. He is funny. He will have humor with his friends. We see him. We actually see him have a softer side to him, but we also see how fierce he can be towards his enemies, and you really do feel for his quest of vengeance. See, this is what I mean. Like, when it comes to protagonists, I don't think Ubisoft has a bad protagonist. I honestly don't feel that. Like, every protagonist, even Assassin's Creed Rogue, which I know I didn't do a lot of talking about Shaw or Shay in Assassin's Creed Rogue, but like, there's no real weak protagonist. We always see the protagonists grow. We always get to see their softer side, and then and again, especially for the ones that are definitely more motivated by quests of vengeance, we see how fierce they pursue it. Like, it's amazing, and I absolutely love it. And again, their quest for vengeance often feel very justified. Connor, like, as a young child, watched his mother burn alive in front of his eyes. He then immediately joins up with an assassin who he does eventually. Again, they do butt heads, and it's clear that there are moments where they're like, it's clear their relationship is no longer just mentor-mentee; it's father-son. And like Edric Henway, like, is also a great protagonist. Like, it's just amazing how much I always enjoy the protagonists in these games. As for the villains, I actually don't mind the idea that, like, now this was, I believe, this. Now, technically, we're always targeting the hierarchy of whatever order we're dealing with. You feel that less so in some other games where you're not really feeling the impact of a particular person in an area. Again, like, I'm trying to think. In Black Flag, for example, we didn't have like, we did have like, I want to kill these specific people, but it felt like that. But we didn't really get to often feel just the level of impact they had on the areas. And I don't think we had that in Revelations either, or I don't think we even had it in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Yeah, we also didn't like we had it with Assassin's Creed 2. I feel like maybe no, because you're realistically it's a little weird. But I should have grabbed a drink before all this, folks. I'm sorry. My lips are quite dry at this point. But no, my point is, there's never, like, the villains are never weak. The groups of villains, I feel like, are particularly never weak. When the game focuses on a single villain, that is fine. It's quite interesting. And then I do enjoy, like, the whole relationship, like, and again, even in the real life term thing, I will say I am glad that we left the whole us being in the animus, the nameless, faceless protagonist going into the Animus. I'm glad we left that. I feel like we needed a new person ever since Desmond. Don't get me wrong, I feel playing as the faceless people, like I understand that maybe that gave people the sense of, oh yeah, it's me dealing with all this modern Templar bullshit. But I don't know, I always felt that was the times when we play as those characters always felt to me the weakest of the modern storylines. They just always felt the weakest. Now, even though it had some of the most interesting moments in the modern storyline, for example, the whole dealing with the aftermath of Desmond's release in Juno, which gets wrapped up in a goddamn comic. I am so pissed off at that. She gets so much build up in the games for her to only be dealt with off fucking screen in a comic. That pisses me off. But anyway, I'll probably cover that as a universal Assassin's Creed video when I finally get around to finishing Shadows in the next year. Which is why I'm hesitant to take a month's break. I might just take a week's break, folks, transitioning to Odyssey. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. In either case, but no, in terms of Assassin's Creed, going back to Assassin's Creed Origins, the gameplay is super fun. The landscapes is absolutely beautiful at times, especially in this DLC. Especially in the expansions. Well, okay, more so when you get to Thebes. Thebes is absolutely stunning. The combination of the desert and then it's just stunning. But no, in terms of the gameplay, I really enjoyed how Unity tried to give us the whole freedom of approaching our targets, and so did Syndicate in a way. But this was the first time that whenever we had a target and they felt like they were safe, we had a real choice on how we pursued them. Like, again, and I know again it was an illusion, but in most when I was assassinating that person, I could have ran in completely sword swinging, fighting all the Anubises or whatever, but I didn't. I decided to take the stealth approach. I climbed up the building, I went through the window, and I positioned myself to get a shot on her with my bow, and then to take out any of the enemies that would have spotted me when I went in to confirm the kill. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the freedom we have. Now, I had a friend who used to enjoy going the loud approach, as we would say, and that was how he had fun. Like, yeah, fair enough. He liked feeling like a complete total badass when it came to taking out these people. I realized this icon is still very small compared to what it should be. I know I shrunk it for Dragon Age Inquisition. But yeah, no, I have absolutely no problem with the freedom that they give us. In terms of the leveling, it is fine. There is a skill tree that the Seer skill tree felt a little pointless. Especially, it's cool that they tried to give us, quote unquote animal companions if we put them to sleep first, but I never really used that ability. The Berserk ability felt a little weak. The tools in general sort of felt weak to me, and as such, that's why I didn't really use them. It's a shame that Smoke Bomb got regulated to a dodge reaction, so that when we dodge, we can drop the Smoke Bomb and then, have fun in the smoke. That's a big shame, and it's not going to come back. I believe it doesn't come back until Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is going to be a shame, because smoke bombs have always been fairly fun in Assassin's Creed, it was always fun when you could choose where you threw the smoke bomb, and then that allows you to create an opening, or you can go in and assassinate the two targets. Voice acting, I honestly feel like they did a great job. I honestly feel like they did a great job on the voice acting. The storyline was, again, fantastic. I'm trying to think, is there anything that I really disliked about Dragon Age Origins? The view, because like the viewpoints felt a little pointless. If I'm really pushing for a critique, the viewpoints felt like a little pointless outside of fast travel points. Now, again, I understand that they had the added function of upgrading our Eagle's perception, and that allowed us to mark people way more rapidly and efficiently. So, it does do certain things. I feel like I can't remember what Assassin's Creed game it was, but there was an Assassin's Creed game. I think it was actually all of them up until this point. I think viewpoints should reveal like treasures or like collectibles. I think at least on that front, leveling up our armor and leveling up our armor was a bit tedious at times. I will say. I had no problem leveling up the weapons. It's good that they allow us to keep our favorite weapons with us. We can just keep on leveling it up. So if you find a weapon that you particularly like, you can keep on leveling it. I do like that. I always enjoy it when a game allows us to level up our equipment so that we can keep our favorite stuff with us. I always enjoy it. But in terms of upgrading our chest plate, our bracers independently, our tool pouch, our quiver, and our hidden blade, that felt the most tedious. Now again, I understand. Now that I've played that tedium has been greatly reduced in my opinion because of the DLC. I will say Shards of the Star is Shards of the Star are still the most tedious. Carbon crystals, no problem. If you collect every carbon crystal in the game, folks, you'll have no problem leveling up all your gear by the time you get to what's it called? Curse of the Pharaohs. In terms of, again, this game does, in my opinion, exactly what it's set out to do, which is tell the origin story of the Brotherhood, and in some way, the Templar Order. It tells the origin stories of them in a fair bit, because again, we understand now who the Father of Understanding is. We still don't know when they took up the Templar name, but we do know at least they're there. We know their origins. And through the expansions, we get to learn, not 100% directly, but there is a lot of evidence to suggest on where everything that we just saw, folks, in the Hidden Ones and the Curse of the Pharaohs leads to how the assassins operate the way they operate, why they do what they do. And I really enjoy that. And again, this is supposed to be about the origins of of everything as a whole. Now, I have some thoughts on that in terms of Odyssey, because Odyssey takes place several centuries before the events of this game. But Odyssey is not the origins of these groups. So that's the point. Even though Odyssey takes place further back, it's not the true origin. It's telling a completely different story. This game is telling the story of the origins of our two main factions. That is it. Now, is there some bits of the information about the factions are we missing? Yes. We don't know when the Brotherhood set up the monastery in the mountains in the Middle East, why they started consolidating over there. We don't know that yet. Maybe it gets explained in Mirage or some other point. Either way, but in terms of the story that Origins had to tell, it did a fucking fantastic job. I absolutely loved it. I'm struggling to find something that I didn't like about this game. The only thing I could arguably say is I wish I played as Aya more. Maybe that. Because even the side quests were interesting. Because Bayek meets interesting people and he jokes with them as well. Like it's clear that like in these brief moments that Bayek has with these people, he's making a connection. He's like oh, like he will start like, oh, this is tedious. In some cases, he will start off, this is tedious, but then he'll eventually be like, you know what, you're not so bad. Yeah, I just can't find a really negative thing to say, which is crazy to me. But no, I really enjoyed the game. That, like, I'm not going to rattle on about how much I still enjoy the game. I feel like I'm stalling so I can try and think of something that I did not enjoy. And again, the only real thing I said I can really say I did not enjoy is maybe they should have made it so that the animal companion, you know, runs off, and then when you whistle for it, like when you whistle for your horse, the animal would show up. Maybe that's what they could have done to make that skill tree a bit more interesting. Maybe the war chariot unlock that you get felt point. Okay, yeah, there we go. I found some stuff. Took it a lot of the abilities felt pointless. Now, don't get me wrong, some of the abilities do tie into, you know, particular weapons and fighting styles. You know, I'm actually going to bring up the abilities right now, just so I can point them out. Okay, so this ability, actually, no, that ability actually is pretty cool. Chain assassination, pretty cool. Bow flurry, that is very inconsistent. Very inconsistent. It doesn't always work. Elite Ranger, I was not skilled. I will just admit I was not skilled to pull this ability off. So yeah, I was not skilled enough to pull it off. That's entirely on me. Eagle Harass. Okay, sorry. The passive is worth it. I feel like its Y ability was not worth it. Let's see, anything else? Trying to think of abilities there. Oh yeah. Overpowered chain throw is not really worth it because it only applies to certain weapons. Any weapon where you enter a different stance, I'm trying to find weapons where it would not trigger. Sickle swords, it would not trigger with, so that's one. Mauls, Mauls, it would not trigger with. I'm not sure about heavy blades. Scepters, not sure about. Actually, no, yeah, I can definitely say with scepters, it would not. Spears, I think it doesn't trigger with. Basically, your overpowering attack when you filled up your adrenaline, sometimes that had you entering an alternate stance, and it gave you a different type of attacks, and therefore you'll not get the chance to use that ability. So I feel like they really should not have had that ability, like this alternate stances, be a thing. I think each weapon should have had its own special attack, which then could go into the chain throw, but they didn't. And again, I feel like that was fairly pointless. Let's see. Smokescreen, as I said, I've already talked about how I did not like what they did with Smokescreen. Animal Tamement, did not like. Again, I went into what I did not like about that. Berserk felt very weird for me. Like, why would I use Berserk if I'm getting that close? Okay, if I'm getting that close to an enemy, why would I use Berserk when theoretically I could have used Assassination and Chain Assassination, or use the head? Where is it? The eagle? Yeah, there it is. Or why would I not use Toxin Arrows with the Predator Bow? You know, why would I not do that? It just feels really weird to use Berserk. Just my opinion. Favor of Osiris. That is a very pointless ability. I bought that fairly early on in the game. Completely pointless. There was absolutely no reason to get this perk except for the final expansion, and yet you can get it that early. No, it should not be the case. If they're going to have like special abilities tied to the afterlife, they should be unlocked by some like other special means. That was completely pointless. Chariot owner, very pointless. There was a feature that just simply allows us to carry an extra weapon. Where was it? Somewhere. Well, there's bow bearer, the ability to carry 2 bows, and then again there's one for carrying 2 weapons. I will say, fairly justified. I do like how we do get like some of these. I will say, just the ability to weigh. Why are we paying for it? Why are we paying a skill point for that? Why? That should not be a skill point. We should be able to just weigh. Like so, yeah. So there you go, folks. That's my complaint. That several of the abilities are pointless in the game. So there you go. That's my major complaint of Assassin's Creed Origins. That some of their character abilities felt overtly pointless. In either case, I'm the Celtic Nerd, signing now. One name, one sky.